It's been a minute, and I used to do motivational mornings with Meredith, and I've had some fans reach out and say, bring it back. And of course, these are really leadership discussions. So many of you know me as a keynote motivational speaker. Some of you have had me as your leadership trainer through the years, and others of you know me as a TV talk show host. I am all of those things, but my passion and what I've been up to for the better part of the last several years is reminding people what it takes to level up and not just to show up, but remember that you are a leader because you're a leader of your life. So often, so many things get in the way of our greatness. And this is where I want to show up for you today. Somebody messaged me and she said, God, I love how refreshingly honest and open you are about what it takes to be brave enough to run down a dream and live your dream. But also, I'd like to hear more about what happens when you are running up against a lot of roadblocks. And I would say there's a reason 90% of businesses fail. And it's not because it isn't a good idea to launch the business or there isn't a great product often. Often it's because people just give up too easily. I think when people ask me after having really worked with thousands of people all over the world, there is literally one theme that gets in the way of our dreams and our goals. It's us. If we're being honest, it's me, it's you. It's not money, it's not circumstances. It's literally our mindset and falling into a trap of fear, because breaking news, fear is always going to be there. It never goes away, no matter how much more confident you become at the thing. For me, speaking on stages, what's terrifying is what if I don't land my message? So I hone my craft, I work on it, and it's never good enough to just wing things. I go all in. I ask for feedback on every single speech that I give. And honestly, through the years, there are so many scary things that I have done or I have encouraged people to do. But what I have found is the magic, and everything's on the other side of facing it. So I guess I challenge you to know, like, drop into your heart and get out of your head. I always say, if you're stuck in your head, you're dead, because we can overthink things. We can pause. We can push things off. We can procrastinate. I know that because I used to be a continuous procrastinator. But I'm showing up here today for you and on a regular basis in a leadership conversation, because if you're leading your life, you get to push out of the easy peasy stuff. You get to push out of your comfort zone. And you need to figure out whatever it is, that big, hairy, scary dream, and the things that it takes to get there, and break it down into small steps. And when you run into a roadblock, laugh in the face of your fear. Say, I see you. I know that you are coming up. Acknowledge it, but go for it anyway. And sometimes it's really hard, if we're in the tree of trust, to do it yourself. Sometimes you need an accountability partner. You might need a friend that you call and say, I'm freaking out. I'm thinking of quitting. Let it all out. And then let that person remind you that you were here for bigger things. I think these conversations never get boring, and it's really fun when I have them live with people. So I'd love to know, are you looking for a course that you would love to develop this? I get so many questions when I speak. One that really touched me recently was, how did you overcome that extraordinary fear? Because many people don't know, I was painfully shy as a little girl. And it was getting outside of myself, allowing people who see things in you to give you moments of courage. I had a moment of courage to audition. This is the most famous moment that I talk about, to be a morning news anchor in my high school. And I had probably had no business there, having so much trouble with just speaking, literally stuttering when I was nervous. And what I found was eventually something clicks. And in that audition process, when I looked into the camera, I didn't stutter. Not only did I stop stuttering, it like never came back again, because you have to put yourself in uncomfortable, unforeseen, unimaginable situations to really flex that spirit of facing your fears. And for me, everything was on the other side. If you told me I was going to be a TV anchor, TV talk show host, and be on stages as shy as I was in a little girl, like I wouldn't even been able to imagine that. But somebody saw it for me. Somebody invited me to audition. And somebody is waiting for you to show up in your greatness and stretch out of your comfort zone. So the question is, what will you do when you face that fear? Will you shrink back, which is a very natural thing to do? Or will you phone a friend? Will you be bold enough to say that you see that all the things that you wish and hope for are on the other side of facing fears day in and day out? So maybe you need professional help. You need a coach. I've coached people on this for years. Maybe you need a program. Maybe you need a course. Maybe you need to go out and make sure you find inspiring speeches or YouTubes. And that's where I come to you today. And my ask is, what is it that you would like to hear more of? Do you need more, like in a course, like a muscle you need to flex over and over? Do you want to consume these stories and have the courage and read on and on about it? Or do you need both in your life? I'm looking at developing things to serve more people and reach more people. And I'd love to hear from you. Wherever you are, I know you know somebody out there who is amazing. Don't keep them or your stories to yourself. That's selfish. Take a little time and what I call share the love. So great seeing you. And I love showing up and helping people remind themselves that everything's on the other side of fear. That's the true leadership conversation. And you are the leader of your life. So why not live big and shine? It's a choice.